for me, I gotta be in a space, you know, where you know I'm free of certain things. You know what I mean? I have room and time to do it, and that's a hard thing. You know what I'm saying? When you have responsibilities, when you like work, or you in school, or you have, you know, other tasks that's placed in front of you. You know, how do you balance all of that? How do you balance everything that you are expected to do and keep your own identity? And like I always say, it's about balance. You know what I mean?
Right. Before we let Meek speak, because I want to know the process of. I want to know your favorite project that you ever done and completed. Your favorite album that you completed and done. Then I want to know your favorite album of all time, whether it be from artists you know or artists that's known. That's second, right? Yeah. Speak on that real quick, please.
Jesus, man, wow, that's not even fair. You know what I'm saying? Because the album of all time, I don't even want to answer that, because that's just not. It's not even. You already know that Heavy Mental was Killer Priest. That's
Ooh,
God
Killer
body.
Killer
That's
Priest.
God body right there, man. That Heavy Mental. Listen, man.
You gonna make me go back to that?
That Mystic City. Listen, man.
Right.
Listen, I ain't even. That album right there was.
It's crazy.
Mind blowing, man.
It was bananas.
I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so many projects. Like, it's just too many projects.
I make it easy on you. What is your favorite song that you've done?
My favorite song that I've done. That's not hard. I mean, that's not easy. That was harder than the last one for me, because I'm like, shucks. My favorite album was my best album that formed so much in me. I grew from so much was that Heavy Mental album. I'm like, and the title of that, Heavy Mental, like I got that. You know what I'm saying? That helped me form a Heavy Mental. And I grew from that. That album made me go out and really start like digging.
How did that album influence you? What were the things about that album that influenced you the most?
The main thing he touched on at that time, he was real heavy on religion, how that tied in with the community. You know what I'm saying? He was deep religion. He heavy on the knowledge, period. He heavy on the streets. You know what I'm saying? What's going on with the streets, and he ties all that together. And I'm like, man, when he put that ribbon on that, man, he ties it together better than anybody I know. And I'm like, when it comes to religion, just he be on the ancient alien stuff. My man be. Man, my man got jewels, man.
He's a heavy guy, no doubt.
Yeah,
But the question I want to know, your song, the one you created, the one you went in the booth, and it could be with features, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I like that. What's that luxurious joint? What's it called? Elegant. What's it called?
So you already.
That's my favorite.
I'm like, see, and that right there, and I'm gonna tell you. That right there is one of them. I let my man hear. I let my brother Knuckles hear.
It's crazy.
Yo heard that joint and said, "Yo, these niggas is hard."
Right.
Like yo don't even say, and I had my brothers here on there. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Knuckles too, yo.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out,
salute.
Yeah, I'm like big shout outs to Knuckles. I'm like, Adam L was on there. You know what I'm saying? Wahamiyd was on there. You know what I'm saying?
He might have had a guest appearance.
Yeah, he might have had. We had my man Rod the Blizz on there.
Yes, sir.
And I'm like...
Shout out, salute.
And I'm like...
There's a little competition on there, too. Little edgy, little pushing shit.
I like it.
And it was beautiful. I'm like, I swear, I sat back on that album, man. I sit back and I be like, Jesus. I sit back on all albums I get on songs with y'all, man. I sit back and be like, man... Was I really there?
Right.
It be like, was I really there? I'm like, these boys just bodied this. And I'm like, that's definitely one of my favorites. I listened to it the other day. That's definitely one, without a doubt, like one of my favorites. I'm like, but when you say my favorite song of mine, dog, there's
so many. There's so many.
I'm like that. I love what I do that much. Like I just can't even. It just be almost like when people say I like Big better than Pac. I'm like, nah, I love them both.
I love them both. Right.
I can't even. You know
can't
what I'm
even
saying?
pick between one.
Yeah,
it's
just like when I hear y'all dudes. Like I can't say, oh, I think yo better than. I'm like, yo, when I put stuff in a status hemisphere. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you even made this status or not in my book. You know what I'm saying? So if you make this certain status, I'm like, oh. For me, this dude is phenomenal. I don't even, because I'm like, I hear dudes, I'm like, yo, in greatness, you know what I'm saying? You hear dudes all the time that just, much love and shouts to those dudes out here who just, they trying and they love the art. I mean, and they love to express and love to spit the bars, but they just ain't it. You know what I'm saying? Some dudes just been blessed with this, man. And I'm like, when you see it, man, I don't care how he approached that mic. When you got a man that know how to articulate and express with some swag, whatever his swag is, man, it's beautiful. I see it, you know what I'm saying? There's so many different dudes, man. I'm like, yo, it'd be that.
It's great to be inspired, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And like, especially being around people who inspire you and being inspired, you know? Mm-hmm. And it's like I say, like, we may look back at this time right now, years down the road, and say we was in a golden age. You know what I'm saying? In terms of like literary, skill, like what we're doing right now as a culture with poetry, with similes, with metaphors, with idioms, and all these things like that. It's like a Hemingway. It's like a Shakespeare. It's not getting the notice or it's not even really being categorized as that. But we are in the midst of a literary genius, yo, for a whole age, yo. You see what I'm saying? It's like, who's your favorite writer? You know what I'm saying? We got Tupac that's like that. You know what I'm saying? We got artists who create music who's to that caliber. You know what I mean? So it's like, yo, it's a good time. It's a good time to be in the culture.
What's y'all feel real quick on artists? Rock stars. They not considered MCs.
I want to answer the question because I didn't like. But the main thing, the topic was, man, how my creativity, how I get into it. Man, it's so nomadic for me. I could be at work. Inspiration just, and I swear, it's I'm a free spirit on it, man. I'm like, it could be anywhere. That's why I always try to keep something. I try to keep both of my phones, one to write in and one to kind of get beats on, because I'm like, I be wanting to go to beats. Sometimes I be just having just the verses in my head. Sometimes they come out of nowhere, man. I'm like, I just be ready to go all the time. How they say, if you stay ready, you ain't never got to get ready, man. I be ready for it all the time. I be like, my only drawback right now is time. And I just don't be having the time to really lay this stuff. I got so much backed up music, man. Like the catalog growing. I ain't just got all the time to put the catalog together.
Gotta put it together, man. Gotta put it together. Gotta get it out.
Yeah, man. I guess I got it though. I'm like, the catalog is there. It's still growing. It's crazy because I'm like behind the scenes. I'm like, I'm with the times. How they said today, you know the vibes. Excuse my language. I'm with the shit. See what I'm saying? When it come to the pen, I'll keep that sword sharp. I stay out there shadow by. I keep it moving. I just don't put the skills out there for everybody to see. It's there.
So yeah, it's definitely important, you know what I'm saying, to keep that creativity. And to the young heads, let me just say this real quick. You know what I'm saying? Definitely do what you do, but there used to be a thing called originality. There used to be a thing called originality.
And bars.
In bars, you know what I'm saying? Like, used to be a time where it wasn't cool to bite somebody's flow. It wasn't cool to bite somebody's idea. Like, if I could ask one thing of this new wave that's out here, just step up the originality. And you got some new school cats that's doing that. You know what I mean?
They want to know what to do with that, man. Like, I would love to see that, what would develop out of that. I mean, because they don't know how Ja Rule and DMX had so much of a head bump because they sound so similar.
Right.
Boy, we used to go buy albums and know that you was getting so much different music that it was crazy. I'm like, I would go in the store, you would go in there and be like, boy, listen, I don't know what I want, right? You got money, and you ain't got money to buy everything. Right. But I'm like, it was so much different stuff. I'm like, when you got Busta out there, he coming with his whole different thing. Meth, Woo, you know what I'm saying? You got Mobb Deep, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, you Outkast, Goody Mob, Boot Camp. I mean, Tribe. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you got
so many different flavors. You know what I'm saying?
It was just goddamn Tire Squad. You had to laugh. I mean, you could just. It was music coming from every end and so much different.
And let's
music.
not forget Master P,
right?
Hot Boys,
right? They was doing their thing. Can't forget them. And you can't forget Snoop. And none of them boys from over. Listen.
Exactly.
I mean, it was
Common,
just
Midwest.
Common, yeah.
And you used to have to live with an album too. Like you used to have to spend time like with an album.
It became a party.
The joint came out, and you would like for at least 2 months straight bump only that. You know what I'm saying? So take a little more time to
Because
to live with the joint.
You had to get up and actually physically go to the store, and then your attention span was probably more broader than what it is now. I mean, let's face it. Even our age, our attention span is shortening because we got to dedicate our time to so much things throughout the day.
Playing different roles, right?
And then when you finally sit down with a pad and a beat, it's like, all right, I'm getting into it. And then you hear this, Dad, what you doing? Your girl, your wife calling you. I need you down here. Do this. Help me out. Help me cook. I'm like, damn, I was waiting for this bar to add with this, and then you just took me out of my zone. You know?
Right. Tread softly.
Yeah. So that's why they do the 7-song thing now. That's what
I just set some stuff aside. I said, I ain't going there.
Nah, don't do it. Self-sabotage. Don't do it.
I was about to say some stuff. I said, nah.
Hip hop segment. But
right. Oh, get back to the bars.
Stay with the bars, beloved.
Pusha T said something today on the podcast on the Joe Budden's joint. Shout out to them too.
Yeah, shout out.
Salute.
He said the reason why we did 7 songs because the attention span. He said I didn't want to do 7 songs, but he said there's 7 songs and it worked. He said even people who nowadays love lyricism, their attention span is shorter.
And that was a Kanye call right there, because he had more music he wanted to put out there. Kanye was the one that was like 7 songs.
Oh
he ran
I
with
did
it.
hear that.
Yeah, because he wasn't feeling that at first. He wasn't feeling it. You know what I'm saying? And Kanye was the one. I mean, shouts to him in certain regards, and then everything. Yeah.
So as an artist, do you make it joint seven joints, or do you like give him the full length joint? You know
that just go back to when I just told you the Nugget album is like it's tracked up. I'm like, but I felt as though you these days. The microwave is
That's the wave right now.
Not even just the wave, but the microwave is a household favorite over an oven. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, people run into the microwave 10 times quicker than they run into an oven. True, you know what I'm saying? True. The stove get bypassed fast. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, so you got to give them the appetizer of the meal today. That's, you know what I'm saying, the main course. I'm like the full course meal down there. They just give me a order of buffalo wings. You know what I'm saying? I'm like that's an appetizer, brother. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. You need to spend some time with the stove. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Get in and get you a full course.
Get acquainted. That's that guidance on some much more. You know what I'm saying?
But see, and I'm gonna tell you that right there. It goes back to the first segment. That household, man. That structure in the house. That structure just when it ain't dead, you see it. You see it evolve in other places.
Into the savagery.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like the small stuff, savage. Like the attention span gone. You know what I'm saying? Like that's something that when you're not being fed any information, it's like why have such an attention span? Nothing is coming. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
We not this